What if I told you the cradle of humanity wasn't built on land, but carved by water? Across the African continent, ancient veins of liquid life have birthed empires and silenced gods. These are not merely streams, they are sacred entities that demand blood, prayer, and eternal reverence from all mankind. From the depths of the Congo to the delta of the Niger, water is the bridge between the living and the ancestors. These rivers dictated the rise and fall of kings, housing spirits that still whisper to those who listen. Journey with us through the continent's most sacred and powerful waterways. In the high mountains of Ethiopia, the Blue Nile begins its divine journey. Local legends speak of a spring so holy it is believed to heal the terminal. To the Ethiopians, this river is a gift from the heavens, fueling the ancient Aksumite civilization and feeding empires for centuries. Egypt is the gift of the Nile, a desert miracle sustained by the god Hapi. For millennia, the annual flooding was seen as a divine heartbeat. Without these sacred waters, the pyramids would be nothing but dust, and the pharaohs would have never ascended to their majestic golden thrones. In Nigeria, the Osun River is the home of the goddess of fertility. Every year, thousands gather at the sacred groves of Oshogbo to offer sacrifices. This river is a living testament to the Yoruba people's spiritual endurance, blending the physical world with the deep mysteries of the divine. The Congo River is a deep, dark powerhouse, a serpentine force that shaped the heart of Africa. Its depths are home to terrifying legends of ancient water beasts. For the local tribes, the river is both a life-giver and a grave, a sovereign entity demanding absolute respect and fear. Along the banks of the Niger River in Mali, the Great Mosque of Djenné stands as a mud-brick titan. This river facilitated the immense wealth of legendary gold kings and the scholars of Timbuktu. It is the lifeblood of the Sahel, a sacred artery connecting the desert to the sea. The Zambezi River houses the serpent god of the Tonga people. When massive dams were built, the locals warned that the river spirits would be angered. Disastrous floods followed, proving to many that the ancient forces guarding these waters remain as powerful as they were at the dawn of time. The Gambia River carved a path for trade and tragedy alike. It is a river of deep memories, where the spirits of ancestors are said to reside. For the Gambian people, these waters are a symbol of resilience, cleansing the wounds of a painful past and nourishing the future. Known as the Geriep, the Orange River is the life-sustaining force of the arid South African interior. To the indigenous San people, these waters were a miracle in the wilderness. It shaped their nomadic paths and provided a spiritual sanctuary in an otherwise unforgiving and dry mountain landscape. The Senegal River is the cultural heartbeat of West Africa, separating the desert from the lush savanna. It is where holy men performed rituals to ensure the survival of their people. This sacred flow remains the central pillar of agriculture, religion, and identity for millions of modern citizens. In Sudan, the two Niles collide at Khartoum, a majestic margin of white and blue. This confluence was a sacred site for the Kingdom of Kush, where the Nile's power was harnessed to build colossal temples. It remains a focal point of ancient mysticism and modern political power today. Throughout Africa, water is never just a chemical compound, it is the residence of powerful water deities. These spirits are feared and worshipped from the Atlantic coast to the inland lakes. They represent the untamed nature of the rivers, offering wealth to some and dragging others into the deep. Sacred river rituals are the heartbeat of African spirituality. From ritual washings to the casting of offerings into the currents, these acts ensure the balance of the universe. When the river is healthy, the community thrives. When the spirits are offended, the land itself begins to wither and die. The civilizations built upon these rivers were masters of hydraulic engineering and spiritual architecture. They constructed cities that breathed with the tides and temples that honored the flow. Every stone laid was a prayer, and every canal dug was an invitation for the gods to bless the growing kingdom. Deep within the silt and mud of these African rivers lie artifacts yet to be discovered. Sunken kingdoms and forgotten treasures remain guarded by the currents. These mysteries remind us that we have only scratched the surface of the continent's history, buried beneath layers of sacred and ancient water. Today, These sacred veins face the threat of pollution and industrial greed. As the rivers choke, the spiritual connection of the people begins to fray. Protecting these waters is not just an environmental necessity, it is a battle to save the very soul of the African continent and its history. Africa's sacred rivers are the true narrators of its history, flowing long before we arrived and continuing long after we leave. They are the keepers of secrets and the givers of life. To understand Africa, one must look into the water and see the reflection of its immortal soul.